Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm so glad that you decided to stop by today to see what we're doing over here. Um, this channel, as you all know, titled Titus 2. And I just want to read real briefly what Titus 2 is actually talking about, because there's some who may not know what Titus 2 is. Titus 2 actually is a biblical scripture, and I'm going to read quickly what it is that my intent is based on this particular scripture. So in Titus 2, the third verse, it says, the older women likewise are to be set apart in behavior, not slanderers, not given to much wine, teachers of what is good. Teachers of what is good. So my desire here is to teach some skills that I have learned over the years of me being a stay-at-home wife. Some things that I've learned that is good, whether it's canning, sewing, cooking, baking, whether it's making jewelry or making wine or whatever it is that I may be doing, it's good. And so these are the things that I want to be able to teach the young women, things that are good. In verse 4, it says, in order for them to train the young women, meaning me, to train the young women, again, how to love their husbands and to love their children. So I've been married going on 42 years, okay? And I'm grateful. I have one of the best men in all the country. I'm just going to put it out there, okay? He's a good guy, and I'm glad that he is my husband, down bar none. And it hasn't always been easy. It hasn't always been peaches and cream. We've had issues in our almost 42 years of marriage. And we're going to be talking about some stuff on our other YouTube channel that'll be coming out soon. And it's going to be called, well, we'll talk about what it's going to be called later, once it's up and running. But nevertheless, that will be coming, where he and I will be sharing some information on this thing we call marriage and how to navigate it. How does it work? What does it really look like? And how can we do it that pleases the Father? So that will be coming. So that's my role here, as to, again, to teach the young women how to love their husbands, how to love their children. Okay, we have 3 adult children between the two of us. The only children that we have in this union, only children that we have, period, is 3 adult children. How to love them, how to be sensible, blameless, workers at home. And I know that's a big one for so many, because there's women that work. I ain't mad if y'all working. I ain't mad. But the scriptures say for me to teach those that are at home how to be at home, how to not be busybodies. Oh, can I say that? How to not be busybodies, how to keep yourself busy so that you're not going from house to house, telephone to telephone, text to text, in other people's business, in other people's issues, causing issues. Okay, not being a busybody, because you got your own stuff to deal with. You got your own garden to take care of. You got your own clothes to sew. You got your own food to make. You got your own wine to make. You got your own stuff going on. And when you are at home, taking care of your home the way you should, trust me, you ain't got too much time for too many other things. Not too many other things. So this is one of the things that I want to be able to share with you as an aged woman of 62 years old. To be sensible, blameless, workers at home, good, subject to their own husbands. We're going to get into that another day. Subject to their own husbands, okay? In order that the word of Abba is not evil spoken of. What does that mean? If we are an example to nations of all races, if we are as women of the Bible, okay, if we are an example, we should be able to show the world what this looks like. We should be able to show the world what it looks like to be a stay-at-home wife, and to do it gracefully, without complaint, without murmuring, without fussing or fighting. We should be able to show the world how to do it gracefully. And though it's not always easy, it can be done. Why? Because it says here, and his word does not return to him void. Whatever he set it out to do, it will happen. It will accomplish what has been set out to do. So if he says that we are to stay at home, we can. Society has taught us so many things about we have to have X amount of dollars to make it work. And in this economy, it is hard. I get it. It's really, really difficult to have a one income household, especially if you have children. But what if you could do it? What if there was a real way that you can actually stay at home with your children? If there was a real way that you could even make some money while you're at home by doing some of the things with your hand, whether it's sewing, whether it's baking, whether it's making jewelry, whether it's, again, whatever. I think about Lydia in the Bible, who was a very successful woman. She wasn't a punk, okay? She was no chump, nor no punk, or no doormat. Sister girl had it going on to the point where not only was her household taken care of, okay, she also considered a field for her husband to purchase. Her husband was known in the gates. She was a woman of character. She was a woman who highly respected her husband as well. She was not one of them who would be, when you saw her coming and you saw her husband coming, it'd be like, ooh, I know he catching it over there because she's a piece of work. Or the men would kind of shun away from that brother because of his loud wife or something like that. He was known in the gates because his household was taken care of. He ran his household in such a way that pleased the Father. Otherwise, with things that they may need help with. So when they're out in the gates, out in public, that man is highly respected. Why? Because first of all, the wife highly respects him and she loves him, and people see that. People feel off and they feed off that energy, and they know he must be doing something right in his household. Therefore, she is doing something right in her household, and therefore the children is doing things right in the household. And can you see the picture? It just kind of trickles down, but it all starts with the book. It all starts with the scripture. And if we live this out loud, if we live it out loud, and sometimes without words, okay, even without the words that we preach and or teach, but live it out loud and let people see our light so shine before men so that they can glorify the Father in the heavens. There's something different about those people. There's something different about that group. There's something different about that wife. That's what we are to do, is to teach the young what this is all about. So that's my mission. That's my goal. That's my desire. There's so many other things that we can teach. But this is the platform for this particular channel, is how can we teach the young women. So you will see from time to time other older women come on this channel and really just share, just pour out their hearts to leave a generational legacy of instructions, legacy of you see my eyes move a lot because I'm thinking. When you see my eyes move, it's because I'm really thinking. I'm thinking of the words that I really want to say that can resonate with you, that would make sense. So there will be elder women that will come on, that will share words of wisdom from their heart, things that they will want to leave behind. A dear friend of mine always says, there's a lot of wisdom in the grave, a lot of knowledge in the grave. And my desire is, before a lot of our elders leave this realm, leave this earth, on this side of the dirt, that they will leave something behind that we can all glean from, year after year after year, day after day, month after month, century after century, until the Most High decides to come back. But there'll be an archived something where people can click a button and say, there's my mom, there's my grandmother, there's my great-grandmother, there's my great-great-grandmother, right there on that screen. And that's what she said, and that's what she left for me to hear. So that's it. Passing it down from generation to generation. Just like that bowl I talked about that my mother had. That bowl will eventually go to my daughter. And that bowl will hopefully go to her child or her children, or to maybe my granddaughter. But it will stay in the family, and the legacy will be passed on. And that's just one of many. That's just a tangible thing that we're talking about, the bowl. But we're talking about matters of the heart as well. What are the things that you want to talk about that you can pass down to your child? What are the things that you want to talk about that you can pass down to your daughter? Have those heart to heart. So oftentimes we don't do that. We forget that that's important. We forget about having mother-daughter time and just sit down and have a cup of tea and, girl, let's just kick it. Let's just talk. Okay, especially as they get older, where they're no longer following your rule and guideline because they're not living under your rule, but under your home, but they are coming to you for advice. They're coming to you for guidance. They're coming to you as still their mom, but from a different perspective when they get older. Okay, so we want to talk about all those things. As different women call me or text me or, chime in and ask different questions, I hope and pray that I can be a blessing to them as I give them biblical references and biblical perspectives of different things that they ask me. That's our role as older women. That's what we're here to do. That's why we're still here. We're not still here to twerk. Oh, did I just say that out loud? I think I said that. Just saying. That's why we're here. The aged women, the aged men, that's why we are still breathing, because there's stuff still within us that has to be manifest in the earth. And so let us do our job, seniors. Let us be able to teach and share to all those young men and women that want to hear, that can hear us. Let's not be silent. Let us not be closed-mouthed, because some will actually listen. Some will actually listen, but we also have to know how to come to them. We have to come to them with biblical references. We have to come to them with love. We have to come with them with understanding, because guess what? We all been there. We've all been young. We've all been young. And so the things that we have learned over the years, we want to be able to impart some wisdom from one perspective to another. So join with me, if you will, even putting in just a conversation in the chat, and things that you would like to pass down as people come and read the comments. Even if a young person, a young girl of 15 years old, a young sister, a young lady of 12 years old who may come through and read, you never know. You may say something that just sparks a nerve and just really, really, like, I'm going through that, or I'm dealing with that, or I can understand that, or whatever the case may be. It may speak to her soul. It may speak to her soul. And that's what we are supposed to be doing, to help the young women out. So as we move forward along this journey, there's going to be little tidbits that we bring out. It may be talking about how to love your husband today. The next one, it may be how to rear your children successfully. The next one, it may be something else. But nevertheless, there'll be a lot of stuff going on, from canning to sewing. As I said, so many hands-on things that are good that we will be teaching as well. This audience should be about how to do the book. And this is just one chapter and a few verses, but there's a whole book. There's a whole manual here for us to live by, So I'm not here to preach. Nope. I'm not here to teach a doctrine. Nope. I'm here for one basic rule, or one basic thing on this particular channel, which is to help the young women. Okay, that's what this channel is about. So I've said enough. I hope that you come back. I hope that you find value in what you will be learning or hearing and even talking about. Okay, and then of course, as the other women come on, we hope that you'll join in that conversation as well. Until we meet again, have a good day. Peace and blessings.